Hi guys, welcome to Michele D.R.Arts. Okay, so as you can see, I started the background. On one of my shorts, I started the background. Hold on. Okay, please bear with me because I got a totally different setup here. So you buy 2 of those canvases. You could get them at Walmart or on Amazon, whatever you prefer, but I suggest that starting out, you get this brand. Hold on. This is the brand that I prefer. You get 2 in a pack and it's 8 by 10. You can go bigger, smaller. So I just used whatever color speaks to me, your favorite color. I wanted something that'll match. So just play. And then I'm going to share with you my bunny. I might put some flowers in here like this. This is a 1-inch Princeton. You can get this on Amazon as well. I believe it was $10, maybe a little more now. And let's get started, shall we? Our first art video. I wanted to share with you a few things. Now I forgot what they were. If you know me, you know me. If you visit my other channel. So this is another brand you can get at Walmart. Sorry about the glare. To be perfectly honest, don't really care for it. But this was almost $5, $4 and change. You might as well say $5. Here is the other brand that they sell. These are $2.98. I would go with this brand. It's a pretty good brand, and the company who makes this has been around forever. So, like I said, for $2.98, and as you can see, you get a lot more. And you know what? I don't see a difference. Now, I'm using acrylic heavy body paint. You don't have to use heavy body paint. You could just use acrylic. For instance, on Amazon, you could buy the Winsor & Newton. This is a very highly recommended company. Now be careful because they do have oil, they have watercolor, and then they have acrylic. This is acrylic. I know I said in my previous video that I was going to go ahead and work with watercolor because it was more fun. But I really want to do a bunny. Reason being, be right back. So this will be my 3rd bunny. So this is I'm going on my 3 years of painting. Self-taught with the help of YouTube creators, and I will give many a shout out that helped me along my art journey. This was my first bunny. I just love him. And you know what? Or her. I tried to create her and I couldn't do it. I believe this one I learned from the art Sherpa. I always put the number. This was my number 9th painting. And it's the 8 by 10. And then if you want, you could put your signature on the back. I would recommend doing it on one of the sides. It doesn't matter really where. When I first started painting, I was just going to use my initials, MDR. And throughout my painting journey, I went with Michele Denty Riley. This was last year's painting. This was definitely the art Sherpa. Believe it or not, this took a lot of work. So if you go on her channel, she will teach you all about, she's got many videos. And, but I'm going to show you probably on the more amateur side of painting. We'll probably go a little slower because, like I said, I'm only in my 3rd year of painting. And my 1st year of painting with all of you. So this is going to be a little challenging, I think, for all of us. So I hope you enjoy this journey. It helped me in my anxiety so much. I don't want to put the paintings here because this is still a little, yeah, it's very tacky. You can get a hair dryer. I'm sure if you watched other videos, you can get a hair dryer. Just make sure it's not on hot and hold it about that far away. Okay, and I'm going to have lunch and I'll be back. My Bella girl is over there. So she's like, Mom, it's lunch. Okay, guys, I'm back. What I decided to do is use the pink one because I love pink and purple. And also, I got water here, and I got 2 Princeton brushes. This is a number 10 Princeton brush. Again, the Princeton line is very inexpensive and very good. And then this one is a, it's like a hair for like fine detail hairs or grass. I will show you that later in the video. I'm trying to rush. Again, please be patient with me because we're on this journey together. So I'm trying to find the best setup for all of us. The reason why I'm using a filbert, to the roundness, that's called a filbert brush. I'm going to dip in to my white, and this is Liquitex. Now, you can use a pencil, but I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball it. So let's say, and then here's the ears, maybe. And one thing good about acrylic, you can always paint over it. You don't know how many acrylic paintings. Now see, I think it's his or her head, whatever it winds up being, is going to be too small. So just make it a bunny. That's all you do. Relax. It's just play. And if you look at it that way, it really helps you. If you never painted before, please never say never. And I can't do that. I wish I could do that, because you can. If I can do it, you can do it. I have no idea what this bunny's going to turn out like. We may paint over it. Right now, we're experiencing, well, let me rephrase that. We're just practicing on our setup, our materials, and getting to know each other. Okay? That sounds good to me. I might put some music with this. I might do a voiceover. Hubby is coming. He should be walking in the door any moment. So when he comes, we live in a very small place. It's not like I have an art studio. Living room, bedroom, it's all combined. And so when he comes, I'm going to have to pause this video. Now, I'm wondering, see, I need a new, I feel that I need a bigger filbert. So I'm going to go get a bigger filbert. But in the meantime, I want to show you what this brush does. This is again, the Princeton Select line, and you can use it for hair or grass. Get it out, Michelle. So ever so gently. And water is your friend with acrylics and with watercolor. And again, I apologize. You know, I have another, and I hope you could see what I'm doing without my hand being in the way. I have another brush like this that does hair and grass, and I think I like that one better. You could turn it on the side. See how it makes it littler? I hope you can see that. And again, we're just playing, just relax. We're just making a bunny, getting to know each other, getting to know our paints, getting to know the feel of everything. And always remember this, there's always an ugly stage to a painting, always. You don't know how many times I was like, oh my God, what was I thinking? And painted over it. And then when I heard that from other artists, I don't consider myself an artist, I consider myself a creator, just creating art. I'm just me creating art. Say that there's always an ugly stage. I was like, oh. And when you think about it, and when you start playing, there really is. There really, really is. I'll never forget when I was learning how to do a snow scene. Well, I thought everything was white, right? Snow was white. No, wrong. The background has to be a light blue, or anyways, I'm getting off track, which I normally do, and I apologize for that. I have a little OCD, anxiety, and everything in between. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. If you can't, you're lucky. I'm holding this in my hand because I've noticed, I don't know how other artists do it. This is a very inexpensive easel that I bought when I first was really getting into art. I bought it on, where else? Walmart. And it was only like $157. I don't know if they still have them, but you could only, in my area anyways, I live in a very rural area, order it online. It was pretty easy to put together. I had one cork, and my dad actually happened to come visit that day, and he helped me with it. Okay, this is looking like a 2-year-old did it, right? Right. I'll agree with you. I'm gonna get some of that pink. Hold on. And another thing, I don't have a reference. I should really get a reference photo, but I just have my phone. And so I'm kind of just really, well, I'm not kind of, I am just using my imagination. This is the Holbein paints. These are very expensive, unless you can afford it. One year I went on a Amazon spree and spent too much money on my credit card, and now I'm paying for it in more ways than one. So if you're just starting out, I wouldn't recommend it. Unless you have the money, of course. This is what I wanted to share with you. This is a wet palette. I have a bigger one, but to be honest with you, and Michele is very honest, I tell it like it is. There is a sponge, like, it's a big sponge. And you wet it, and then it has special paper, and it keeps your paints moist. And it has a cover, of course. I recommend the smaller ones. The big one, I have a hard time. The sponge just falls apart is what I'm getting at. Where I noticed the bigger one, the smaller one rather, doesn't. I really have no idea what I'm going to do with his body, his or her body. So, I love to read the comments, so please leave a comment. Let me know if you're just watching this to relax. I've watched and I still do, watch so many artists because it relaxes me. So maybe I should just shut up and let you watch, huh? We're going to have fun here, I promise. You're going to laugh at me. I'm dipping my brush in water. See, I feel like I need another setup. Like a little table, like right here, so I can... But then again, I don't want... Maybe over here, on this side. I guess the paint is working okay. I brought this painting over here so I can get some idea of what in the world I am doing. So I'm going to put it here. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. I'm sorry. But this is going to give me an idea of what I'm doing for my bunny. What type of bunny, how it's going to look, etc. So I guess the eyes came out like this somehow. On this one particular bunny anyways. So we're just going to do that. I'm not sure if I'm going to dress this bunny. Maybe I'll put a little more white. Yeah, I guess now this is Liquitex. This white here is Liquitex, which I much prefer. And after I bought the cheaper white paint at Walmart, I really regretted buying it. This is the one. $5 for this little thing. I want to show you the difference. Again, if you're starting out, you see how watery it is? And you may like it that way. Now let's see if this holds up. Huh, it's not dripping. Can you see that? This is the Walmart brand. And I shouldn't say Walmart brand. I bought this. This is this brand. Grimbacher. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I'll let you do that. Academy Acrylics. And this one is what did I do with it? It's way over here, of course. The Liquitex, which I prefer, definitely prefer. This one. And they're both holding up pretty good because I'm holding them straight up and down. So maybe I take that back. But actually this, for the price and how much you get, there's Daddy. Sorry about my barking Bella. So here I am painting a bunny ever so slowly. Again, please be patient with me as we work out this journey together. Mainly me. This is my first video of me doing my art journey with all of you. And believe it or not, it's a little challenging to try to concentrate on doing what you're trying to create and talking with you. But I know, I have confidence that my videos will get better. So please subscribe, like, and if you think someone needs a little lift, share. I would really appreciate that. So at this point, I'm really still not sure. I know I want to make a bunny. There's no doubt in my mind about that. I just don't know exactly where I'm headed. But as I continue and get a little more relaxed, filming and trying to find the proper position, I think this position is better than me being on the easel. I think you have a better view. Let me know down below if you would be so kind. With all of your help, we could really do something with this channel. You know, I don't plan to be a giant YouTube creator. You know, if I do, that would be great. It's mainly for fun. We can laugh together. We can all learn from each other. This is a loving, kind community, and I want to keep it that way. So please, no negative comments. So at this point, I was going to try to recreate the bunny that I first showed you, with the eyes being on the side. But as I'm doing this, I realize I don't want to do it. This is one great thing about acrylics. You can always paint over it. Like I said earlier, you don't know how many paintings I have painted over and over and over. And to be honest with you, that's another thing about acrylics is it seems like the more layers you put on, the better the painting is. If you work with acrylics, let me know your experience. I'm going to put a little music with this now. So sit back, enjoy. And I, again, appreciate each and every one of you who are watching. And I hope you like the music. I'm gonna do a voiceover on this so we can call. I actually did my first voiceover and actually sound better than what I normally sound. Believe it or not, those microphones aren't as expensive as the ones that I'm looking at. And actually, Kevin, the first one that he had cost $250. Like, I appreciate it, Kevin. Let's squirrel tribe. In case you're wondering who Kevin is. They use it every now and again. Ones that you click on. And I asked him, you know, what he uses. So he sent me a link to Amazon and $250. I'm like, thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate your time, but that's way out of my range. So he said, well, here's another one. He said, they're okay, you know, they're not great. One thing I don't like about them is you have to tag them to, you have to hook them to your phone as well. And it only comes with one. The ones that I was looking at had two. Anyways, yeah, this is becoming a total mess. It's been years since I've been here. Is that acrylic? No idea what I'm doing. Well, they're not. Not yet. Well, I hope you like the flute music. I love Native American flute music, and I watch a lot of it on YouTube, and I was hoping that it would be the same kind of music. I can't find it. Hopefully I will, because it's very relaxing. So this was the closest I got. Number two, normally when you put music to your videos, it takes my voice out. Well, it didn't. Excuse me. Again, I'm trying to work out all the kinks. I just have my phone, so I'm highly in need of a computer. So my phone is all I have to work with. So if the phone rings, that kind of interrupts it. But we're going to get there. So now I'm working on the nose. I know that bunnies usually have a little pink, cute little nose. I'm still wondering in my mind about the eyes. I don't like the way the eyes are, especially one's up compared to the other one. So this is more play. This is more play practice, getting loose kind of video. But what I mean by that is, again, I haven't worked with acrylics. Do you pick them, or they pick it winter painting? Or I don't know. I'm just during 2023. Like I say, I'm just me doing me. Hopefully I got that correct. Playing. Yes. I've been working with playing with watercolor, working with watercolor. I have done pictures, landscapes. I love doing landscapes. Yes. Let me know if you like landscapes. Well, I could talk to my favorite is doing landscapes, water, and then, like, I don't know how to explain it.
There's a way to do all that
It's
stuff.
like watercolor
I'm having a hard
I
time.
have
mixed
no idea
in
how.
with
Yeah, well, I'm
line
having a hard time,
slash
you know,
embellishment.
figuring this out. So
I think on my next
you know what I
painting
gotta
video, I'm going to go ahead and do
because
watercolor
I think.
because again, it's
Hello,
much more playful.
everybody. I hope you're having a good day. And Bella wants to say hello. Okay, this is continuation because I lost part of the footage, to be perfectly honest with you, and transparent. You will find that on me. I am very transparent in all I do and say. So, where we left off, I didn't do his eyes, or maybe I did. I'll have to look back. Either way, this should be more round. So I made him more round. I'm not a very good, my hands aren't very stable. So I was very fortunate to have one of these. Somebody gave this to me years ago, and I just love it. So if you could find, I'm sure you could find something similar on Amazon. So I'm using a filbert. Again, these are all old. This is from DUGTO number 12 filbert. I got a whole package of these when I first started painting. Very inexpensive, but they're very good. So here we go. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this guy. I think his eyes need to be darker. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is the reason I like the filbert brush, especially when you're starting out, and I'm very stale at I can't even say it, acrylic paints. I am very stale. It's almost been a year since I haven't painted. No, I take that back. I did one winter scene, and that's pretty sad. I went from painting every day, and I was knocking out sometimes 3 paintings a day, depending on how big they are. And oh no, that's okay. This is a perfect example of if you have a mistake. You get a wet, I was going to say toothbrush. You get a wet and just, or we can always go over with a white. This isn't the right brush for this. So it's not a biggie. So that comes right off. And like I said, we can just get some whites and cover that up. And make another boo-boo. It's okay because we're going to fix him. I thought I wanted a white bunny, but I'm kind of changing my mind now. So maybe he's going to be a little white with a little brown. You just never know where your paintings will go. And this is the truth. Unless you're that type of person. I'm not, and I will admit it. I'm just playing right now. I'm just trying to get back into acrylic painting, and I'm sharing it with you, basically. And getting to know each other. And opening this art channel up. It's been stale for, gosh, now I'm using this. It's been stale for quite some time. I hope this doesn't bother you by me switching. Why is my fit? Oh gosh. Somebody's calling. Bother you by me doing this. I'm sorry if it does. I will try my best to keep it in one position. Again, this is my first time filming my art as I paint. And this, when you do this, this is called stippling. Stipple. So we're going to just stipple in the eyeball. Poke him in the eye. No. Oh, don't do that for that poor bunny. He didn't do nothing wrong. You see the streaking here? I don't know if it's because my paints are old, and they are, or if I'm using this white paint from Walmart that we talked about, or Liquitex. So, I'm pretty sure it's the Liquitex. Come on, Michelle, spit it out. You can do it. By the way, this is dry. I don't know if you could see this. Yeah, you could see this. This is all dry. I highly recommend. So, let's go off track for a second. If you want to start painting, if you don't, that's perfectly fine. You can sit here and watch me. I have a wet palette by Madison. I showed you this yesterday. Okay. This is not big enough for me. And I also have this paper here. I don't know if I showed you this. This I had for a long time by Arteza. And let me tell you guys, when you're done painting, it'll dry. And you can just put your paints, keep reusing it. And you're good to go. So, really, painting, unless, of course, you're going to make some masterpiece and sell it for thousands of dollars, it's a very inexpensive hobby, is what I'm trying to get at. Come on, Michelle. You can do it. Get it out of your brain. So, ever since I've had 33 rounds of radiation treatment, my brain has not been working the same. I don't want sympathy. I'm just telling you my experience. I've noticed a big decline in my mental health. Not so much maybe I should rephrase that. Not so much my mental health, my cognitive function maybe. But anyways, I can't remember. Like, I'll be talking and then my brain will just shut off. So that's the way it is, right? And we will cope with it. So if it bothers you, I'm sorry. But we're here to relax. We're not here to talk about any of our problems. We're here to just relax and play, because that's what we're doing. And right now I'm just trying to make hair, and I want to keep in mind, because if I do that all over the painting, let me move this up a little bit. There we go. I have to find the perfect spot. I did have use on the easel. Until I figure that out, this is a better place for me. I hope you guys agree it's okay for you too. Now I did not mean to do that, but it's okay. What I was saying is I didn't want the arms and the body to all blend in, and look what Michelle just did. But we could fix that. Because we want shadows. Just like if you were holding your arms just like this, right? And the sun was beaming on you just like this, there would be shadows underneath your arm. Or if you parked your car and the sun is beaming just right, there's shadows, right? So we always have to remember that in painting. There's always going to be shadows. And no, Michelle, we didn't want to pick up the white. But that's okay. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you're still watching. I'm going to try, when this channel gets bigger, I couldn't even pin something yesterday. It said, my channel's a baby, not in those words, of course. Your channel's a baby and you're not allowed to pin anything. So, YouTube has gotten very, very strict with so many rules. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's actually hard to remember what's a rule and what's not a rule, what you're allowed to do, and so on and so forth. So what I was getting at is yesterday I wanted to pin something up on this channel saying that I just made my first painting and, you know, whatever I was going to say, because I can't really remember exactly what I was going to say. But it is on there. I just couldn't pin it. And the reason why they said I couldn't pin it is because my channel is new. So, okay. But I'll be allowed to pin something as soon as my channel grows. Okay. It's okay, Mr. YouTube or Miss YouTube. It's okay. So, when you're doing a painting, there's light. You got to remember, think about where your lighting is coming from. Is it coming from the left? Is it coming from the right? Is it coming straight down? And that's where your highlights and lowlights are going to be. So my lighting is going to come this way. This way. So to keep that brain working, or remembering actually, I'm just going to put a little white right here. Then, because the light is coming through here, I'm also going to lighten this area up. Not that much, and I'm going to fix all this. Again, I'm really not sure where I'm going with this guy, or gal, or baby. So we shall see. So I would love, love, love to get to know each and every one of you. Please, if you don't want to tell your name, that's fine. You don't have to. Where you're watching from, like say for instance, hi, my name is Michele, and I'm the creator of Michele D.R.Art. I've been painting now going on 3 years. Self-taught with the help of YouTube creators on YouTube. And I will mention them as we get further into our journey. I would love for you to paint with me. You can always play me back, you know that. Save me, play me, however you want to do it. Or just watch. That's how I got started. Because I've always wanted to be an artist, and I don't consider myself an artist. It was so relaxing to me. At night, I would go in my bedroom, put on YouTube, and just watch people paint, and it was just so relaxing. So I hope one of my main goals is I want this to be a very relaxing channel for you. A place where you can just let go, breathe, and watch me paint. Watch me make many mistakes and laugh at me. It's okay. We're all human at the end of the day, right? Excuse me if you heard that. I burped. Okay. A thing I don't like about it, but maybe it'll be okay once his eyeballs are in. See how the top of his head is? It's kind of look like but it's fur. You know what? That's right. It's fur. Maybe the wind is blowing and making his head look funny. Or her head. I don't know why I keep saying him. Bella's wondering who I'm talking to, because normally on my other channel I have my tripod out, so she got, I guess, somewhat used to me talking to nobody that she can see. I really want to do the bunny. We'll call it the bunny. The bunny. Hey, if you got a name for the bunny, leave a comment below. And don't forget, let me know where you're from. Say, hi, Michelle. This is Rick from South Dakota. Okay? That would be nice. If you don't want to do it, that's fine too. That's fine. Now see, I got, let me see what color this is. Yeah, that's too dark. It's too dark. I think what I'm going to do, that's what I was going to do. I had a vision in my brain. Haha, imagine that. And I was going to have our bunny holding flowers. So really, this part right here, will probably be covered. And I think I'm going to make this arm just a little bit. This looks a little weird here. But gotta remember too, use your imagination. A lot of times my husband will say, what is that? And I'll say, it's whatever you want it to be. And that's the way I look at art. What is that? It's whatever you want it to be. I'm working on another painting. And I said, you didn't say anything about the painting on the easel. And he said, oh my God, I love it. What are you going to do with it? What is it? First he said, what is it? And I said, it's whatever you want it to be. It's a landscape of some sorts. Yes, Bella, I know it's getting close to lunchtime. What's the matter? Why are you crying? What's the matter? I don't know why she's crying. Jeez, don't do that. She don't have to go to the potty. Daddy just took her out. Oh, I wanted to ask you. So, how are you enjoying this? I just got an idea. This new time change. Do you like it? To be perfectly honest with you, I didn't. I got up at the same time, 10 to 7. And I says, oh, maybe my Fitbit didn't automatically sync. Turned on my phone. Yep, everything sunk. Because last night before we went to bed, I did the, excuse me. I did the clock in the kitchen. That's what I'm getting at. And it was confusing. Hubby was like, I don't know what time it is. Like, no, it's whatever time you want it to be. Yeah, this, I'm really loving this color. This is called Yellow Orchid, and I need to get more. This, okay, let's go back to paints. Golden is a very good brand. If you can afford it, go for it. Like I told you before, a couple of years ago, before I was diagnosed with cancer, I went on a big shopping spree with Amazon and ordered the Golden. I'm never going to order this again. One tube was even no good. And I don't know. I think it's too thick for me. So I'm going to stick with the Liquitex. That's my go-to. It's inexpensive. It works. This is yellow orchid. I'm saying that wrong, guys. It's yellow OCHRE. And what I was getting at is I need to get more because that's all I have. I didn't realize I was almost out of not a lot of paints. I shouldn't say a lot of paints, but I'm getting low. Let's put it that way. That's all. But I'm going to use up what I have first because I promised myself in 2024 that I was going to pay off my credit cards because it's killing us. The interest rates are just astronomical, and we're not going to get into any political stuff here, but I need to pay them off and be done with it. So I'm just picking up a little brown, dark brown. Actually, it's not called dark brown unless you have a cheaper paint. Excuse me. I got everything in a basket here. Oh, you know what? I don't have brown. I have their brown is called burnt umber. And most of the brands are called burnt umber. Burnt umber. To be honest with you, again, I prefer the golden burnt umber. Okay, something tells me I should paint a little faster. I'm using the corner of my brush and just mixing colors right now, mixing them on the canvas. I'm not worried too much about this because that's going to be covered up with flowers. And this might turn out to be a complete disaster. But you know what? I'm going to post it anyways. Because not everybody, every time, and if you do, hey, that's great. Makes a masterpiece. And we all have to start somewhere, right? Right. And we're mainly doing this for relaxation, our mental health. Our mental health is so important. I don't know if I said this in yesterday's video, but I have real bad anxiety, and this has helped me so much. Guys, you have no idea. I lost my stepmom, and she was my best friend. She literally was my best friend before she was my stepmom. And I'm still having a hard time. Anyways. Let's not go there because this is not a sad channel. It's a happy channel with a happy bunny. And we're going to play. And this bunny's going to be so cute. You want to go the direction. Say that this is a circle, so you want to go this way. You don't want to go straight up and down because, to be perfectly honest, I don't know why, but that's what I was told. So let's just go with it, shall we? I feel like I'm making a big mess here. You know, I should. One is the bunny. Oh, that's what I was using. Let's see if we can mix up something here. So I'm using a little yellow ochre, a little dark brown, not dark brown, it's called burnt umber. Let's get it right, Michele. And then I'm just tapping very, now I know I said go the direction of the face. Probably saying, she doesn't know what she's doing. She didn't paint those pictures on the wall. I actually did. But you know, you get stale. I never realized. I never ever realized. Because I've been playing with watercolor for so long. And all I did, literally played with it. Like I said, I should have, and my whole intention really was to do that first. And then I wanted to do an acrylic bunny because I've been doing them since I started painting. And I said, let me film it. But I'm so used to playing with watercolor. Sometimes it's very hard, believe it or not, to think, for me anyways. And I've heard this from other artists. Not that I consider myself an artist. Excuse me. It takes some training for your brain because you're thinking about what you're painting. Every brush stroke. And then you're also talking at the same time. Not used to that. So like I said, this is going to be a shadow. This is what I'm trying to do, in case you're wondering. So ever so lightly. Shadow. Neck. Even we have neck shadows. Some have big neck shadows. Some have not so big. And I hope I don't start losing my voice. That was another side effect. Lung cancer. If I start talking, my voice goes hoarse. And I apologize for that. And I'm not crying. It sounds like I'm crying, but I'm not crying, I promise. I'll let you know when that happens. No, I won't cry on here. I have to get another bench. This bench I'm sitting on, somebody gave it to me. And it's not very comfortable, let's put it that way, in my buttocks. It's not feeling so good right now. Normally when I do watercolor, I get everything and I put it, excuse me, I put it on the, I paint on the couch is what I'm getting at. Sometimes I will do it here, like if I'm making a card or something. But, you see that? I put too much water. But that's okay, it'll dry. I put way too much water. And this water is loaded with chlorine. So I'm sure that's not helping any. One thing I do want to mention, that if you live in a home or an apartment, they say that you're not supposed to, that's too dark, put your dirty water for your acrylics down the sink, because it could, and I don't want any of you that have septic tanks clog your drains. So keep that in mind. I have a bucket down here that I pour all my paints in, my dirty water paints, and I empty it periodically. There's other ways you can do it. You can Google that if you want. I'm not the science behind the project. It's another thing, this chair keeps sliding. It's kind of looking a little cute. What do you think? Take a break soon. Okay, guys, I'll tell you what. Bella has to go out. Bella is my dog. For those of you who don't know. I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to download this. I got to be careful not to. This table is very wobbly. I'm going to go ahead and download this part. And you will see the finished product. Like I said, this is just my first painting, not live, but for the whole world to see. We're painting together. So this is just a trial run. Okay? I appreciate you guys. I love yous. Stay creative. And I'll see you soon.